You're late. I don't pay you for being late. Oh. You're not my new chambermaid? So you're a messenger, are you? Strange. You don't look scruffy enough to be in such employment. It is indeed a role that should be taken more seriously by all involved. The Crown Princess. Do I look as if I'm the Crown Princess? No, don't answer that. It was a rhetorical question. It is unusual protocol, I realize, considering I am senior in standing. However, allow me to make my introduction. My name is Eleanor. I am the ruling Duchess of the city of Taros. My late husband was Duke Henry de Aquila. He died too young, and now I rule in his place. The first woman to govern a city in the monarchy itself. Permit me to advise you that it is not a good idea to question my authority. Such is my reputation. Very few have dared to question my capability in ruling a city. Taros is one of the most successful trading hubs in the monarchy, if not the most successful. Not even Guinevere or Garrulus can compare themselves in the splendor that adorns the streets of my home. Well, you're certainly brighter than most other messengers I've had the displeasure to cross paths with. You don't seem to be an ordinary journeyman. Tell me, why are you a messenger? So you're a scholar by training. Let me guess. The historian. I'd know the involvement of that horrible little man from a mile away. You're too full of vigor to be a humble messenger. What did he do this time? Frame you for a misdemeanor, no doubt. He is well known for such plots. Well, yes. I am campaigning to have him removed from the Scholars Guild. There's too many good people I have seen fall under his spell of charm and wit, only to find themselves cast into the wilderness when he sets his trap. He is jealous of all who come after him, of course. He wishes to retain the glory all for himself. Was I cast out into the wilderness? Oh, my dear. Do I look like a scholar? I am a duchess. And yes, though we are well read, the noble men and women of Ondar City do not have time for study or research. Well, that is, of course, unless you've met Marguerite. Oh, she's a true delight to speak with, but somehow, I gather, ever since she married Duke Octavius of Guinevere, she has influenced him into funding her research expeditions. You've come from the desert realm, have you not? Perchance, Have you met the gracious lady? No? A pity. I have done all I can to recruit her to my campaign, but she will not accept my generous offer. I simply wish for her to become a patron of my group. Tell me, have you ever visited the city of Driven as a messenger? No? I am very relieved to hear that. Otherwise, you and I may have issues with one another. Oh, that city is cursed. And it is a living affliction, one that stalks the land in the darkness of the night. It is unknown how long he has been in power, but Lord Volkov became the leader of the city a long time ago. My dear, if you are aware of the laws of the monarchy, you will know that a city can only be governed by a duke. Lord Volkov, as the title suggests, is not a duke. Though he is something else, and it is far too terrible to comprehend. Tell me, how much do you know about Revan? What were they teaching you at the Scholars Guild? I see. They glossed over the story of Driven. Well, fortunately for you, my friend, I know much about its history. To begin with, it no longer goes by the name it is commonly known as. Its true current name is Necrotia, the city of the undead, some like to call it. Don't give me that glance. I can see the skepticism in your eyes, but believe me, there is nothing more serious than the scourge of the vampire. Oh yes, we are speaking of undead blood drinkers. Every 10 years, Lord Volkov holds a cruel festival known as the Blood Harvest. I don't know the exact methods they use to extract the blood of their victims, but their screams and moans are carried far upon the winds that rise up during the storms that take place when the festival is held. Have you not wondered why the weather has been so bad of late? I can only assume that the blood harvest is over as the clouds have withdrawn and the skies are blue once more. Oh yes, the magic that erupts from the city is dangerous indeed. By law of the monarchy, it is only those who are born in the desert realm who are permitted to learn and practice magic without authority, due to their natural gifted affinity towards it. Outside of the desert realm, it must be certified and taught in order to keep it under strict control. Who knows what would happen if an unlicensed mystic or mage were to go rogue? Oh, I could not bear to think of the consequences that would follow. And now there are rumors flooding Ondar City that the crown of the Tyrant King has been stolen. from the governor's possession in the desert realm. If the vampires get hold of it, they would be unstoppable. This is why I must carry out my campaign to prevent such an event from happening. Oh. You're interested in my campaign. Have you crossed paths with a vampire before? Oh, disturbing, lifeless creatures, undead with terrible, soulless eyes. To know a vampire is to know fear itself. I remember the day I first met one, and no, I can't tell you. It's too much for me to talk about. All you need to know is that the vampires are dangerous and must be wiped out. I will not rest until every last vampire is turned to dust in the sunlight. Until every last one of their undead hearts are pierced with the stake of justice. It is my destiny to see them removed. They are a scourge we can no longer accept as a daily concern. If we are to have peace of mind, we must be free of their evil. I am relieved to hear that you agree. You seem to be a kind and gentle soul. Perhaps you would be interested in alternative employment? With your gift, you may be able to persuade the more stubborn attendees of my meetings who refuse to heed my warnings. You seem to know much about the world. You even have a diplomatic sense of duty. I admire that in a person. Perhaps, if we work together, we can raise awareness and support to put an end to the threat that stands before us all. I trust you speak in jest. Make peace with the vampires? That is not possible. You would know that they are an unforgiving, dangerous race. We cannot let them spread their corruption across the monarchy. If he were to return, I fear they would quickly swear loyalty to the tyrant king himself. My dear, have you not listened to a word of what I have just told you? You, my friend, are trying my patience. The threat is within the monarchy itself, and no one is doing anything to control it. We must take action to contain the vermin that they are. We must carry out a process of extermination. Oh yes, that is why when my campaign is successful, I will set up a new safeguard to fight the vampires. I shall refer to it as the Ordo Interritum, translated from the ancient texts meaning order of destruction. It shall be an extension of their Majesty's Inquisition, a group dedicated to seeing the final days of the vampire curse. Ah, I see I have fired up the passion in you once more. Perhaps you're not as bad as I first thought. Perhaps there is a place for you in the Order after all. However, you are occupied with a message for the Crown Princess. Do you know of its content? Good. At least you are trustworthy. I have seen many a messenger drop from grace and favor because of their innate curiosity to know the content of that which they carry. At least you are wise enough to actually obey the rules and, of course, follow the etiquette that is expected of you. Perhaps. Then again, perhaps not. It is difficult to know at this time who exactly has the crown. I believe a diplomat was sent to view it, but they too have disappeared. I understand Isabeau, the Duchess of Garrelos, was also present along with Captain Van Gale, a senior officer in the army, and Asseline de Clare at the governor's ball the night the crown disappeared. Yes, I understand the two of them made a hasty return back to Ondar City, though empty-handed. No doubt the diplomat has been drawn into a scheme to get the crown back to Isabeau. It would not surprise me, to be honest. She is said to have the finest collection of jewelry in the land, and to own the crown of the tyrant king would be the peak of her collection. Well, yes, they did indeed search her coach upon her return, much to her annoyance. But finding nothing, they had to let her go. I believe she is writing an official letter of complaint to the Lord Chamberlain for disturbance to her private property. It would not surprise me. I know she is residing in her summer palace in the city. At this time of year, the senior members of the nobility gather together to meet with the monarch and discuss matters of state. We do so in the summer, for as soon as autumn strikes, the roads become dangerous. Travel is impossible during the winter months because of the snow. Then there are highway robbers that lurk in the darkened nights. At least during the summer, we can keep an open eye whilst travelling in the light. Well, no doubt. I imagine many of them are vampires. No self-respecting Ondarian would lurk in the forest in the middle of the night to rob innocent travellers. I know, for example, of the troop of them in the desert realm. Perhaps you have met them. Oh, horrible creatures. However, they are especially useful to me, as they draw more vampires into joining them. You may be surprised to hear there is at least one human with them. Yes, I have a spy working amongst the troop. When they stop in each town, they send me reports via messengers like yourself to advise me of new vampire arrivals. I had to ensure that they despised vampires as much as I do after what happened a few years back. I do indeed know the tale, but I am not at liberty to share it with you. It would mean a great loss of trust between the spy and myself, not to mention it would give away their identity. However, it seems I have kept you talking for long enough. I am sure you are eager to meet with the princess. Therefore, I shall bid you good day. And please, do consider joining my campaign. We must put an end to the evil of vampires.
Psst. I saw you speaking with Eleanor. I would advise you would do well to remain in her good books if you wish to continue with your head upon your shoulders. Well, in truth, it's not her you should be worried about. It's me. Also, no, I will not be offering you an introduction. My name is by no means important. At least it is in no means important to you. She is the Duchess of Taros, after all, and her campaign is one of great importance. But I am the one who works silently behind the scenes. She is not a puppet. She is a strong, honourable woman, driven by her love for the monarchy and the wish to see this land free of the vampire scourge. You disappoint me, my friend. Not that you are a friend to me. She is the figurehead of the campaign. She is the voice. I am the body. I lead the elite group of assassins that has been trained to take out every last vampire right the way to the very top of their hierarchy. I do indeed speak of Lord Volkov. I will take great pleasure in dispatching him myself when the time comes. He is my ultimate quarry. I want to see what fear looks like in the eyes of a vampire, and nothing would be more sweeter than seeing it in his eyes most of all. Vampires do feel fear. Don't be surprised by this revelation. They may be undead, but they have emotions much like humans. It is a fallacy that they are unfeeling. They just have an excellent method of hiding their emotions. Their thirst for blood outweighs their feelings of guilt or remorse. It is these feelings I wish to invoke within them. I want to see their spirit tortured to the very end. Physical torture will not cause them pain, but bring them fear into what little remains of their souls. It will bring me joy of the greatest level. You call me a sadist, yet you know nothing of my experience with the accursed vampire race. It is a scourge that needs cleansing from the face of the planet. We cannot allow the threat of this disease to spread. It is currently an epidemic, but if allowed to travel to other lands, far across the uncharted ocean, we could be seeing a continent-wide pandemic of a threat, bigger than the Red Plague of the Fourth Era. Now, I do understand that there is a healer in the desert realm investigating a potential cure to reverse the process. I will not stop her because although Carlette is ruled by the monarchy, it is its own jurisdiction. Carlette? Oh, of course. You common people know it as the Desert Realm. There's only a few people who still refer to it by its proper name these days, let alone even fewer who can still speak its original language. Well, Alina, one of the leaders of the academy in the town of Calais, can speak the Calette language. Look, that is not important. Please try to concentrate. Eleanor has asked you to join the cause, has she not? Good. She's correct in her thoughts that we can have someone of your skills and knowledge in our group. I understand, however, you have a message to deliver to the Crown Princess. Is that correct? Excellent. Once you have completed your task in hand, I recommend you come looking for me. I can perhaps help you to sign up to join our somewhat small family. In time it will grow, as does the scourge of the vampire on the daily basis. The more people Eleanor and I can recruit, the better the chances of our ending the threat of the blood drinkers more than ever. Indeed. Once you have found and spoken with the princess, please do come and find me as quickly as possible. I will be able to initiate you, and there will of course be the discussion of your first mission out in the field. We can certainly utilize your skills. Until we meet again, I wish you well. Good luck, and I will speak with you very soon. Oh, and I wouldn't speak to anyone of this particular meeting. I will not know who you are if you were to point anyone out that I am here. Officially, we